सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि। नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः।
कर्तुराज्ञया प्राप्यते फलं कर्म किं परं कर्म तज्जडं कृतिमहो दधौ पतनकारणं फलमशाश्वतं गतिनिरोधकम् ईश्वरार्पितं नेच्छया कृतं चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकम् कायवाङ्मनः कार्यमुत्तमम् पूजनं जपः चिन्तनं क्रमात् जगत ईशदि युक्तसेवनम् अष्टमूर्तिभृत् देवपूजनम् उत्तमस्तवात् उच्चमन्दतः चित्तजं जपध्यानमुत्तमम् आज्यधारया श्रोतसासमम् सरलचिन्तनं विरलतत्परम् भेदभावनात् सोऽहमित्यसौ भावना विना पावनीवता भावशून्य सद्भावसुस्थितिः भावनाबलात् भक्तिरुत्तमा हृत्सले मनः स्वस्थता क्रिया भक्तियोग बोधाश्च निश्चितम् वायुरोधना लीयते मनः चालपक्षिवत् द्रोणसाधनम् चित्तवायवः चित्क्रियायुताः शाकयोन्मयी शक्तिमूलका लयविनाशने उभयरोधने लयगतं पुनर्भवति नो मृतम् प्राणबन्धनालीनमानसम् एकचिन्तना नासमेत्यदः नष्टमानसोत्कृष्टयोगिनः कृत्यमस्ति किम् स्वस्तितिं यतः दृश्यमानितं चित्तमात्मनः चित्वदर्शनं तत्त्वदर्शनं मानसं तु किं मार्गणे कृते नैव मानसं मार्गाचवात् वृत्तयस्त्वहं वृत्तिमाश्रिताः वृत्तयो मनो विद्यहं मनः अहमयं कुतो भवति चिन्वतः ऐपदत्यहं निजविचारणम् अहमिनाशभाज्यहमहन्तया स्फुरति हृत्स्वयं परमपूर्णसत् इदमहं पदाविक्यमन्वहम् अहमिलीनके प्यलय सत्तया विग्रहेण शिवयोर्वेषधीभिदा सत्स्वभावतो वस्तु केवलम् वेषहानसः स्वात्मदर्शनम् ईशदर्शनम् स्वात्मरूपतः आत्मसंस्थितिः स्वात्मदर्शनम् आत्मनिर्भयात् आत्मनिष्ठता ज्ञानवर्जित अज्ञानहीन चिज्ञानम् अस्ति किं ज्ञातुमन्तरम् किं स्वरूपम् इत्यात्मदर्शने अव्यया भवा पूर्णचित्सुखम् बन्धमुक्त्यतीतं परं सुखम् विन्दतीह जीवस्तु दैविकः अहमपेतकम् निजविभानकम् महदिदं तपो रमणवागियम् अहमपेतकम् निजविभानकम् महदिदं तपो रमणवागियम्.
So, we had seen the introduction and we also entered the first shloka. So, Munganar, who was a disciple of Sri Ramana Maharshi, he wanted to write about the episode, what happened when Shiva met many of the rishis who were doing yajna, and then he gave him the Parameshwara gave these rishis this Atmajnanam, and that part even the disciple could not write it properly, so he requested Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi to write it, and in 30 shlokas Upadesa Saaram is what Bhagavan wrote in Malayalam, in I think in Sanskrit, and first in Tamil, of course. Then he himself wrote in Malayalam and Tamil, I think, or Telugu and Tamil, I'm not sure. Sanskrit. So this is the Sanskrit version of it. Same way there is a original is the Tamil version of it. Okay. Now, it is a very clear combination of bhakti, jnana, dhyana, all the three together, and certain sadhanas, what is the purpose and what needs to be achieved. Immediately if you achieve that, what is the next stage? So it's something like a manual, very clearly. As much as it is a small one, it's not very easy to, you will understand it, but it's not very easy to quickly accept the way it goes, because Ramana Maharshi has a very unique way of just putting the point, hit, and that's it. There is no roundabout way, slowly, let us try to get people understand, nothing of that sort. He just hits to the point and it moves ahead. So, as you see, the first shloka itself is Karturajñaya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. Karma and karma phalam both are jadam, straight, because by itself it cannot do anything. The karma phalam can work only because of the kartuhu ajñaya. Kartuhu means Ishvara ajñaya, because Ishvara is karma phaladata. Okay, so only by Ishvara's ajna the karma phalas get sentiency. It can able to do something, because if the karma phala can do, then only sukha dukkham, you will be able to experience something, and then kshaya, karma kshaya will happen. So very clearly he says, when this karma itself is jadam, the karma phala is jadam, it depends on the kartu, it depends on Ishvara, which is the sentient part, okay, when you are doing karma, you are the sentient part. When karma phala comes, Ishvara is the sentient part. So obviously, if Ishvara is the sentient part, karma is going to be jadam. Karma by itself cannot do anything. Right? So in this first shloka, karma phala nishedaha has been happened. So he has reduced karma phala as jada and not capable of doing anything by itself unless Ishvara, who is a sentient being, gives sentiency to karma phala. When you say give sentiency means gives it power to do something. By itself it is not going to manifest. Ishvara has to manifest the karma phalam at that particular time, at that particular place. Then comes your reaction to it. Okay. So if karma is jadam, karma phalam is jadam, why are you behind it? Why waste your time in it? What is the objective? Atmajnanam is the objective, or slowly from karma we'll go to karma yoga? Nothing. Including karma yoga, everything is closed in this particular shloka. So karma, karma yoga, everything is gone. Okay. The second part of this he says, Kriti mahodadau patana karanam phalam ashashvatam gati nirodakam. He says this kriti, what we do karma, it is a mahodadau. Maha udadhi means an ocean. We are always into doing one after the other karma, which is an ocean of karma. Okay. And what type of karma? That which itself is jada and requires a kartu to give karma phala. That is why the phalam is ashashvatam. Can anyone be very sure saying that, okay, I did this karma, I will get this karma phala? How much ever confident you are, you will say, I have done my part. Now it is left to God what he is going to give us karma phala. No one can be very sure about it. So, phalam ashashvatam. Correct? Now, what happens in this karma cycle? Karma, karma phalam. When karma phalam comes, what does it do? What does the karma phalam do?
It gives sukha dukkha.
Okay. Then, in that sukha dukkha, what do you do? The next karma. Sorry? Go ahead. Okay, you are happy or sad. After that, what happens? Does it end there?
We do the next karma.
Exactly. Karma gives karma phalam. Karma phalam gives a particular emotion in me. Then I make up my mind to do the next karma based on this. So one result is going to lead to the next karma. Right? So primary section pass ho gaya. Abhi kya? Secondary. Secondary ho gaya. Then what? Graduation. Uske baad kya? It is leading to the next. Irrespective of your emotional happiness, sadness, it is going to prompt you to do the next karma. Correct? So karma can never stop giving you karma. The karma phala can never stop you giving karma. It will give you the next karma. Okay, so karma phala cycle, it doesn't stop in this janma itself. Across janma it goes. Then what about this janma? That is why you have a agami karma phala. You have a sanchita karma, you have a prarabdha karma, tons and tons of these loads we are sitting with. So it will prompt you, it will keep on propel you to do the next karma. Correct? That is why he says, phalam ashashvatam. If that ashashvata phala of karma is there and karma by itself is jada, It by itself it cannot do anything. It needs a kartu to do, and it only prompts us, it motivates us to do the next karma. And how many karma? Kriti mahodadav. As much as thoughts are there, that many karmas you will be doing. Right from getting up in the morning, doing so many karmas are on. Every action, either manasam karma or vachikam karma or kayikam karma, you keep doing karma. Right? What is the end result of that? Kriti mahodadav patana karanam. What is patana? To fall, नीचे गिरना. पतन होने का कारण क्या है? कर्म. So in the first part, karma phala is thrown off. In the second part, karma itself is thrown off. Okay? Are we able to get this? Whatever you are talking of karma, karma yoga, and everything bundled together in one shloka, out. It will not come again. And that's how Ramana Maharshi is. Direct, straight, cut and over. Are you clear? If it works, do it. If it is not going to work, why are you wasting your time? If karma is not going to give you anything, why are you wasting your time? Where is that question of slow approach? Thoda karte, dhire dhire chodte, nothing. You are wasting your time because it is only going to pull you doing more karma. And it is going to deviate you from your focus of moksha. Jnanam. Right? Okay. Karturajnaya prapyate phalam karma kim param karmata jadam kriti mahodadau patana karanam phalam ashashvatam gati nirodhakam. Nirodha is to stop. Gati is what? Can't hear you. You're on mute.
Speed or movement.
Of what? Sadgati. Reaching your final destination. If you have decided a particular destination, this karma is the biggest speed breaker for it. If jnanam is the destination, if moksha is the destination, karma is the speed breaker for it. Okay. Then you will say, but at the same time, what does the scripture say? Scripture says, nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karma krite karyate hyavashah karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Without a karma, there is not even one moment possible. If there is no karma, means you are dead. Correct? Including sleeping is an activity. It's a karma. Okay? How will you tell that sleeping is an activity? Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Shwasan. Swapan is an activity. Sleeping is an activity. That is why you get a karma phala. After you wake up, you say, ah, what a nice sleep I had. Huh? You are getting karma phala immediately. So sleeping is also an activity. It is not cessation of karma. Inactivity is an activity. Okay, now, because there are other activities happening even at your sleep. Physiological activities are happening. Right. Then what do we do? Now you have a problem here. Maharshi says, karma is your biggest stumbling block towards your goal. And we know for sure, using our own brains, with our intellect, we know without karma, life cannot be there. Then how do you manage this? There's a dichotomy. It's crossing each other, right? So knowing that, he tells the next shloka. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam. Ishwarena arpitam karma na ichaya kritam. Don't do karma for swecha, your icha, but the karma is Ishwarasya arpitam. Ishware arpitam. Submit to the Lord. Okay. Then what does that karma become? Chitta shodhakam, which is mukti sadhakam. You have to do karma. But the karma, when you do it with full awareness, with a goal, with a purpose, then that karma becomes a bondage, because it gives karma phala. The karma phala gives further karma, dukkha mishritatvam, atripti karatvam. All that issues are there. But also without karma, I cannot be for a second. So what do? Go immediately to Ishwara arpitam. Why? Kartu is the karma phala data. Ishwara arpitam. Do it as a submission to Bhagavan. Natu ichchaya kritam. And don't do it with any desire prompted actions, because desire prompted actions only can put you into this loop of innumerable karmas which are going to move. But Ishwara arpitam karma, as many as you do, will not have a problem, because then it is keeping you free. It is not bonding you back to the next karma. Are you clear? Is it a bit clear, or is it?
This is theoretically clear. Practically, I don't know how it can be implemented.
That is up to you. He doesn't say slowly start viveka, vairagya, slowly it will come, it will improve. No, cut it. Once you know it is useless, cut it. Don't waste your time on it. You have a very limited life. Don't waste your time on all your experiments. काम में नहीं आता, छोड़ दो उसको, खत्म कर दो ना उधर ही. Whatever you are doing, Ishwara arpitam, over. So your karma also continues, and there is no ichcha also. Cut it. Right? What does that karma do? Chitta shodhakam. Chitta shuddhi you will get. And that is a requirement for mukti sadhakam. So whatever that karma which is supposed to be your stumbling block, convert it to an enabler to mukti. Convert all the karmas as enabler to mukti by Ishwara arpitam. When you do Ishwara arpitam, it will do chitta shodhakam, and it is a mukti sadhakam. Is it clear?
Does this also mean that we should do only essential karmas, not because sometimes we do certain karmas which is not so important, and yet we go out in the world and venture out and we do things. So does it also mean that we have to curtail those karmas, those activities?
He first starts with karma itself is not required. Okay. For karma itself is not required. Curtailing karma means what? Curtailing, here the activity is not reduced. Desires have to get reduced. So it's curtailing desires. Activity will continue. Right?
Attachment to...
That is what the second line is telling. The second shloka is saying, Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam. Nechaya is detached. Either with the karma or with the karma phala, take it as prasada bhavana, be detached to it, continue the karma with submission to Ishvara. Then you may do hundreds of karma, doesn't matter. Okay. Move all the karma from your srishti to Ishvara srishti. Principle is clear. Now, how fast you want to go there, how slow you want to go there is your choice. Correct? So, Ishwararpitam Nechaya Kritam Chitta Shodakam Mukti Sadakam. Then he says, Kaya Vangmana Karyam Uttamam Pujananjapa Chintanam Kramat. So, if you have to do karma, and if it has to be Ishwararpana Buddhi Sahita karma, then there is a gradation of karma. Kayikam karma, Vachikam karma, Manasam karma. Okay. What is Kayikam karma? Some examples of Kayikam karma. Karmas which you do with your body is Kayikam karma.
The rituals?
Huh?
Rituals that we do, puja.
Anything with your body, what you are doing is Kayikam karma. Anything. Okay. What is Vachikam karma?
Speaking.
That karma where you are speaking. All these have got motives, right? Kayikam karma as a motive, Vachikam karma as a motive, and third is Manasam karma, which you are doing internally, thinking. Manasam karma, Upasana. If it is done with Saguna Ishvara, it is Upasana. Otherwise, it is called daydreaming. That is all Manasam karma only. Correct? He says, Kayikam karma is less effective than Vachikam karma, which is further less effective than Manasam karma. So if you want to do karma, reduce the Kayikam karma, reduce the Vachikam karma and go to Manasam karma. Correct? Kayikam karma, what is it? Pujanam. One example he has given is Pujanam. Okay. So, if you have a choice between doing some other karma and puja, opt for puja because it is Ishwararpana Buddhi. Right? Dharmika karmas. Then Adharmika karma, compared to that, do Dharmika karma. Nitya Naimittika karma. Reduce Nishiddha karma and Prayashchitta karma. Kamya karma, reduce it. Vihita karma or Nitya Naimittika karma, do it. Because that will give you Chitta Shuddhi. In that also, Kayikam karma, which is Pujanam, Vachikam karma, which is Japa. Okay. And Manasam karma, which is Chintana. So slowly he is giving a path what you have to reduce and what you have to increase. So if we are doing, say, 50% Kayikam karma, 40% Vachikam karma and 10% Manasam karma, slowly reduce the Kayikam karma and increase the Manasam karma. Is it clear? Right? Okay. So, this Kayavangmana karyamuttamam pujanam japa chintanam kramat. Okay, then Jagata Ishadhihi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. Okay, what is he doing here? Says, if you have to do puja, if you have to do japa, if you have to do chintanam, which is kayikam, vak karma and manasam karma, then understand that do it of Ishadhihi Yukta Sevanam Jagata. Okay. Understand that Ishvara, see, when you say, what happens is, please understand, the moment we say do Ishvara Puja, everyone will sit in front of the temple, front of the Murti. ये डालो, पानी डालो, वो करो, ये करो. This is what we understand by puja, right? He says, no. Expand yourself. Expand the thought of Ishvara very clearly. See that whatever is there in this Jagat is Ishvara. Like what is given in the 10th and 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It is Ishvara's Vibhuti which I am seeing in everything. So any activity which you are going to do is going to consider something external than you and consider all that is Ishvara. Correct? And what encompasses this Ishvara or this Jagat? The 8 forms which are there in this Jagat are Ishvara itself. Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. So don't do Deva Pujanam of 1 or 2 stones sitting in your puja room and say I am continuously doing only puja. Why? Kaya Vangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Krama. So he has told do puja, I am doing puja. He says no. Understand that Ishadhihi, what puja is that is Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. What is this Ashtamurti Bhrit? These 8 together form the Ishvara. Anyone knows? Bhurambhamsya nilonalom maramahar nato himam shufpuman. Bhurambhamsya nilonalo aharnato himam shufpuman. The Pancha Mahabhutas. Bhuhu Ambasi. Anila Anala. Akasha. Prithivyapastejo Vayurakasha are 5. Right? Then 3 more are there. Aharnataha Himamshu Puman. Aharnataha means Ahaha is day. Nataha means the Lord of the day. Who is the Lord of the day? The sun. Then Himamshu is the moon. So all the stars, planets, luminaries. Prithivyapastejo Vayurakasha is which you are in contact at every day, every moment. But at the same time, there is also other part of the world where you are not in contact, which are the luminaries, the stars, the planets, the galaxies which you can see that, which you know it is there. So that is also Ishvara. And then Puman. Puman is life. In all this there is, see, all these are Jada. Till now whatever we said is Jada. That Jadatvam as Vishwa. But in that Vishwa there is Chetanatvam also, which is Puman. So all the living beings, so all the dead things, or all the Sthavara Jangama, what you call it as. Sthavara which is non-moving, Jangama which can move. Are these 8 together? Is it clear? Any doubt? Unmute and ask. If there is a doubt, ask. Otherwise, I presume it's clear. Yes? No?
The sun itself is you can't say sun is a jadam, right? Okay. Sun itself also has the life, right? Okay.
Huh? Sun itself?
Yeah. When you said this jada vastu, okay, sun is not a jada vastu, right? Okay. That also has got a life, right? Okay.
We give it a life. We call Surya Devata because we call it Devata, you are giving Chetanatvam to it. Yes or no?
By itself it is giving that effulgence, right? Okay.
So?
Without we.
So?
So
Even a tube light is giving. Even a tube light is giving. Jada or Chetana?
Okay, yeah.
Correct?
Something causes the tube light to give the Chetanatva. Okay. So
Fair enough. Okay, take a diamond. It is glowing. Gold is glowing. Will you call it?
No.
When Agni itself is Jadam, then where does Surya go?
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Correct? Because all these are finally sitting in Anatma, not in Atma. And this Puman.
So is he saying to pray to the sentiency in these things? Is that how he means?
There is, irrespective of sentiency being there or not being there, consider them to be God. Which means what will happen? You will only see everything as God. So your mind will be clean at all time. Akalmashaha, your mind will become clean. Anything what I say, Prithvi, and that is what our scriptures always say. Prithvi, Mata, you give a sentiency to Prithvi. Right? Prithvi, Apa, Teja, Vayura, Akasha, the Panchamahabhutas are part of what? Jada or Akasha? Chetana. Tasmadva etasmadatmana akashas sambhutaha akashadvayuh vayoragnihi agnerapah adbhyah prithvi prithivya oshadayah oshadibhyonnam annat purushah. Chetanatvam comes only in the Purusha now. So tomorrow, even if you tell God is a Jada Vastu, Vedanta allows it very clearly. Because you have got Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha, where you are removing the Chetanatvam and separating it out and telling that the Upadhi is anyway Jada. Like my Upadhi is Jada, Ishvara's Upadhi is Jada. The Chetanatvam is not a part of it. We are only referring to Jada Vishwam. Brahma Satyam Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya is the Surya Chandra sitting in that Jagat. The more we get into that basics of Vedanta, the more it becomes tougher because it is going to now break our so many years ka values. It is going to break, and that's what it is supposed to do. If we continue this value and then say one day it will break, it will not break. It is like breaking a coconut. You have to hit one and two over, break it one day, and that is what Ramana Maharshi is doing. One jhatka karma over. If you have to do it Ishvara. See Ishvara in all the Jada Vastus and Chetana Vastus. That means it is simple. Don't get entangled into anything. No association at all, no preferences, no choices, no likings, nothing. Karmeti hastayoho gatiriti padayoho. It is Karya Karana Sangata is happening. Don't bother about it. That is called activity. Bhagavad Gita calls it Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Shwasan. All activities. Where is it happening? Karya Karana Sangata with all this 8 only is happening. Correct?
Why the sun, moon, planets are considered different? Like, I thought they're part of the Panchamahabhuta. Like, they're come from.
Scientifically, you are right. Scientifically, you are right. But look at it as a human being who doesn't understand that. They know that every cell of ours are made up of this Panchamahabhutas. Correct? The same Panchamahabhutas are making this universe also. Plus there are something outside our universe which are luminaries which we can see. And they impact us, which is very clearly visible. So they are, although scientifically we know that they are made up of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and all those things only, but they have an identity separate than us. Bhutaha, when we say Bhutaha, which is related to the earth. That is why it is Panchamahabhutaha. The others which are not related to earth but still is visible are still there, like Surya, Chandra. So all luminaries sit under that. Directly, indirectly, stars, planet. Correct? Now, apart from this, you have a mix of Chetana and Achetana thing together, which is Jiva. If you consider everything as Jada, where does this Jiva sit now? That is why Puman is also coming there. Apart from this 8, you can bundle anything in this universe within this 8. Is it clear? You can bundle anything in the universe with this 8. Okay? Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. Okay? Then he goes to the next. Uttamastavad Uchyamandataha Chittajanjapa Dhyanamuttamam. So the first one is related to Kayika Puja. See? Kayavangmana Karyamuttamam Pujananjapa Chintanam Krama. Okay? So Pujanam, how to do? Jagata Ishadi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. So he has clarified what this, when he says Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kramat, Puja part is, this is what I mean by Puja. Is it clear? Now what is the next topic he will take? After Puja, what is supposed to come?
Japa.
Japa. That is where the next shloka is going. What is the Japa part he is taking? Uttamastavad Uchyamandataha Chittajanjapa Dhyanamuttamam. Okay. right? Now you have different types of chanting. Vak. Okay. From Vak, you will have various different. One is talking. Next is chanting the mantras or doing a specific japa. Okay. Now, then in that also you have three types in japa. Uchcha, Manda, Upamshu. Four types they say. Openly when you chant. The mantras and other things, japa, when you do in a good pitch where others can also hear. Okay. That is called Uchcha. Uchcha japa. Then the second one is Manda japa. Manda japa, which is murmuring, upamshu. Many a times when you do that, you will move your lips, you will whisper. अगर कोई बहुत नज़दीक आए तो they can hear it also. So, what the Shastra says, if you get an X benefit by chanting loudly, you will get 10x benefit if you chant whispering. And you will get 100x benefit or 1000x benefit if you chant mentally. Why? The loud one becomes, you just look at it, you chant Vishnu Sahasranama, you chant something which you know. What happens? Your mind has already gone somewhere and you are doing something else parallelly with it. The whole puja concept is your focus gets diverted into action. Getting it? So, if you have by-hearted it, it will just be, you will be chanting it monotonously without your mind connected to it. चलते रहेगा. जैसा हम गाड़ी चला रहे, फ़ोन पे बात कर सकते, गाना सुन सकते, जो भी है, गाड़ी अपने आप चलते रहेगी. When you need an attention, that time you will give an attention, otherwise it continues the same way. So it's an on-off mode. But try doing something, whatever you are chanting loudly and you are confident, try chanting it like a murmur. You yourself will start getting doubt, is this correct? Some other sounds from outside will start disturbing you. Your focus will start getting deviated. And furthermore, if you are going to keep it completely silent mental activity like an upasana, it requires a tremendous amount of focus. So, going from loud chanting to mental chanting, the level of mental alertness and connectivity has to geometrically increase from loud verbal chanting to mental chanting. Correct? That's how it will go. And once you are able to chant mentally without any problem, irrespective of the place, kitna bhi आवाज आने दो, then your mind is stuck there. Is it clear? Because why are you doing? You are chanting a japa as a mantra for your mind to be focused. That is the purpose of it. So it is culturing the mind. He says, start doing a sadhana from bodily activity, go to verbal activity. Bodily activity, don't restrict yourself in Chitta ekagrata of one particular action and all, do go to Chitta Vishalata. Consider Ishvara as the whole Prapancha plus the other three Ashtamurtis. Okay, then it is a puja. That means every transaction is a puja. Okay, then japas. Now there are so many japas which can be done. That is why when someone gives a japa diksha, they will say, tell it loudly 10 times. Then once it is properly, you are able to chant it properly, slowly go to murmuring. Then keep your mouth closed, the lips closed, the tongue closed. Don't move the tongue within the mouth, closed. And just chant it. Now in that chanting also, meaning is not supposed to be known. Every alphabet has to be seen in front of your eyes. That is what that chanting is. So Chitta Ekagrata. Earlier it was Chitta Vishalata, now Chitta Ekagrata is expected to come here. Okay. Uttamastavad Uchyamandataha Chittajam Japa Dhyanam Uttamam. So Mandataha Chittajam Japaha Uttam, that sequence he says, it progressively increases. Uchya Mandataha Chittajam Japa Dhyanam Uttamam. So he has already moved from Japa to Manasam Karma, which is Dhyanam. Okay. Kayavangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kramat. So the Chintanam part he has already taken in the second line here. Chittajam Japa Dhyanam Uttamam. Is it clear? How the shlokas are going, just see. It is giving you a manual what to do and moving to the next stage. You may agree, you may not agree, that's your problem. You will feel the first stage itself is tough. Fair enough. But at least a manual is ready in front of you what to do next. Dilli ab bahut dur hai. It tells you very clearly. When we are talking about Chitta Shuddhi, we are only in Chitta Shuddhi. There is nothing called Jnanam which has even started here. He is referring to Chitta Shuddhi by doing various karmas. Karma and upasanas together. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So you said four, right? Four types. So allowed, murmuring, mental, and then fourth one dhyana. So what is the difference between third and fourth?
Four types are, first one is loud.
Loud.
Then the second one is, you will reduce the sound to a great extent, but still someone will be able to hear. The third one is, you will move the lips and it's very feeble sound, beech mein aayega bar, because you are mentally connected to it and that activity is on. There is a kayika activity still going on, but reduced to a great extent. Your vocal cords are not working, but the lips and some very little sound galti se aa gaya to bahar aa sakta hai. Right? And the fourth one is completely mental, which is Dhyanam. Is it clear? Okay. Then, now he has, sorry? Huh?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, it says that see Jada Vastu as Bhagwan.
So go ahead.
So, sir, if we see Jada Vastu as Bhagwan, then how to, like, Atma and Anatma we differentiate, right? We do value Anatma and we give higher value to Atma. So
One
if
minute.
we see Jada Vastu as Bhagwan, so how can we devalue Jada Vastu, Anatma?
See, the value for Bhagavan, who gives the value for Bhagavan? See, you have a coconut or a turmeric. Asmin haridra bimbe mahaganapatim dhyayami. That haridra bimba is a jada vastu or chetana vastu? Asmin nalikera mandale mahaganapatim dhyayami. Jada or chetana? Obviously, after that you use it to make sambar, right? The coconut. Jada or chetana? Our problem is we have always kept in our mind that Bhagavan is a chetana vastu. Bhagavan's chetanatvam you are giving. Otherwise, okay, I am asking another question. Is there something called Ishta Devata? Why Ishta Devata? I can't hear you. You like. What did you like? The Jadatvam part of it or the Chetanatvam part of it? My little Krishna's hands are small, legs are small, so beautiful dress that Krishna is wearing. ISKCON का कृष्णा is different than South Indian, that temple जिधर अंधेरा है कुछ दिखता नहीं, ये पत्थर है. किसको वैल्यू कर रहा है, जड़म को कि चेतनम को? Correct? Then slowly it moves to the chetanatvam, that there is a chetanatvam in it which I have given. My chetanatvam gets reflected on Ishvara. That is why Ishvara has also got forms like me. Then to tell that Ishvara has got more ability than me, I give 2 more hands. If I have got 2, I will give 4. And whatever I can imagine, see, that is the beauty. Whatever we can imagine only we have given form to Ishvara. Nahi? You imagine one Ishvara having eyes at the place of mouth, having mouth at the place of forehead. Can you imagine an Ishvara like that? No. Why? I have not seen anything like that myself. How can I imagine an Ishvara being that way? When you say Ishvara is Sarvavyapi, he can be even that way, na? But that I will never accept. So who created Ishvara for me? I created. Why do I need? So that I harp on it, and like that pole, I need to use it to go ahead. So far as I don't give chetanatvam to it, it is jada. The moment I give chetanatvam, that Ishvara of my Ishta Devata is very much बहुत जागृत देवता है. बाकी का सब देवता सोया हुआ देवता है, सुनते नहीं है मेरे, सो गए सब. ये खाली सोया हुआ नहीं है, तो I can speak to that devata, correct? थोड़ा come out of that shell and see it, right? That is why this Aham Brahmasmi is not the Brahman which is there in that Ishvara there. It is that Brahman which is that Chetanatvam in everything which is there, either as Sat, Chit or Jnanam, Anandam. Sat, Chit, Ananda is what is referred as Brahman. Otherwise everything is a Jada Vastu only, including us. That is why we say we are dying. Jada body, living it here and going. Correct? Now if we have an Ishta Devata, if we have all those things, and if then you start looking at Devata in the form of 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita, and then you graduate to the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita saying? What is 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita saying? Bhagatyaga Vivekaha. What is that? Ishvara. Prakriti. Correct. So what is that? Ishvaraha abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. And when I say Ishvara is abhinna nimitta karanam, which is sentient, and upadana karanam, which is jada, then I have considered sentiency and jadatvam equal. Material cause is coming from there, the sentient intelligent cause is coming from there, and both are equal. One cannot be existing without the other. Both are interdependent. And to move out and say that Ishvara is that sentient Chetanatvam and the Jadatvam is superimposed like an Upadi, you come to the 9th chapter, where I change my ability to see Ishvara as gold and ornaments. Ornaments are superimposed on the gold. The waves are superimposed onto the water. Like that, this Jadatvam is superimposed. The whole Jadatvam is superimposed on one Chetanatvam, which is that Chetanatvam is me. Aham iti sakshat. If it is going to be some other Chetanatvam, how will you accept Aham Brahmasmi? My view was only Brahma is different and I am different. That is why in our pujas, what we do, there is a very important step, Prana Pratishtha. That means it doesn't have life. I give life to it. All Jadavastus used, including Agni Jadavastus used, I give life to it. Prana iha prana jiva iha stitaha sarvendriyani vang manaschakshu shrotra jihva grana prana panavyano dana samana ihaiva agatya. Please come. Asmin mandale sukham chiran tishtantu swaha. Be there. Till when? Yavat puja avasanakam tavatvam priti bhavena bimbesmin sannitin guruta. You please be here till I want. That means my prana I am giving. That is a Chetanatvam I am giving to that Jadavastu and calling Ishvara. Are you getting it? So whatever we are seeing Chetanatvam outside is the reflection of this Chetanatvam what we have. It is just mirrors. And if you start seeing that way, it becomes very easy to accept Aham Brahmasmi. क्योंकि मेरा ही जो रिफ्लेक्शन है वो बाद में मैंने कांच निकाल के बोला दोनों एक ही है ना यार, क्या रिफ्लेक्शन है. But the moment you think that there is Ishvara which is another Chetana Vastu, I am another Chetana Vastu, now you have two Chetanas sitting. अभी दोनों का बीच में tug of war. क्यों? आत्मा is defined as सर्वव्यापी, ब्रह्मन is defined as सर्वव्यापी. अब ये दोनों झगड़ा करेगा बॉर्डर किधर है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान, ये मेरा इलाका है, ये तुम्हारा इलाका है. Then you this problem will come na. But the moment you say that it is my Chetanatvam which is seen as Ishvara, you have no problem actually. But we will not do that. Why? As बच्चे लोग डरते भगवान नाक काटेगा, आँख काटेगा, because we have got used to thinking it that way. बचपन से हमें ऐसा सिखाया गया है. And Vedanta breaks this myth. The whole purpose of Vedanta is to break this myth, saying कि ऐसा नहीं है, हम अपने आप को दूसरे में देखते हैं. As much as that sweetness is not in the padartha, it is my sweetness which is getting reflected. The liking of sweetness is getting reflected through that padartha. That is why I like the sweetness. Same way my Chetanatvam, Chit is also getting reflected there as Ishvara. नहीं. अभी भी भगवान को दूसरा एक वस्तु बोल के ही देख रहे हैं. प्रॉब्लम उधर है. वो भगवान उधर है, मैं इधर हूँ. त्वम स्वामी अहम दासः. Correct? That Dvaita Bhavana is always constantly hitting, and it is so strong because throughout our life we have only seen that. We have only heard that. Okay? Don't worry. Slowly our learning is towards Advaita. In Advaita, you have to break a lot of these Dvaitas. And that is where Ramana Maharshi breaks it day one. Chalo, karma, khatak, cut, gone. ये अलग नहीं है. चलो, straight go. What do you want to understand this? A good mind. Let's work on that mind, the instrument. Go ahead. So, in the next shloka, Ajyadharaya Strotasabaham, we will start in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. These statements can come very easily when it comes to Upanishad. But here itself, when such statements come, थोड़ा जिटरी लगता है अभी. उपनिषद में प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है, बिंदास बोलते जाएगा. ऑल योर पूजा, शास्त्र, यज्ञ, ऑल आर वेस्ट बोल देगा सीधा. एक लाइन में उड़ा देगा उपनिषद. That time you have to accept it because what it is saying is परम सत्य. ठीक है, चलो, ओके, हरिओम.
हरिओम सर.
धन्यवाद.
Sir, धन्यवाद sir.
या